I'm here with Jordan Goure, owner of the Poorhouse Pub. How you doing, Jordan?
I'm good. How you doing?
Pretty good. So you own the Poorhouse Pub, and that used to be the Ye Olde Steakhouse, correct?
Yeah, Ye Olde Steakhouse was a restaurant that was in Windsor for 41 years, and it was a staple of the community. And about 3 years ago, we renovated it and turned it into what it is now, the Poorhouse. And we knew buying an old restaurant, obviously, we'd have to come to the plate with something similar, but obviously try to improve on it, bring it into our kind of current demographic.
So what's it like taking over from a legacy like that?
Obviously, you got big shoes to fill, as the saying goes. Everyone expected a certain product that they offered. We didn't want to have the same product. Obviously, like I said, we wanted to have a new product, but also maintain the integrity that they built over 40 years.
Okay. What's it like having a business in downtown Windsor, a bar, a gastropub, I think is what you call it?
Yep. Well, obviously, it's difficult. It's difficult economic times everywhere, not only in Windsor. There's a lot of competition in Windsor, especially in the hospitality industry. But I mean, it's a fun business, and as you get to know it and you get your costs in control, obviously there's money to be made, and there's a time to have fun while you're making that money.
Do you own any other businesses?
Yeah, I own a Symbol nightclub members lounge as well at 285 Ouellette on the corner of Ouellette and University.
And what's it like owning two different businesses in downtown Windsor? What differences do you see between the two establishments?
Well, there's similarities in that they're both in the same industry, of course, but the difference is obviously the clientele I cater to and the product that I give to that clientele.
What sort of problems do you see at one that you don't see at the other?
Well, an example of a problem I'd run into at the restaurant is someone sending their food back, they're not happy with the meal, then I'd have to go out and talk to them. The customer's always right. Where at a nightclub, I'll run into someone starting a fight or underage kids trying to get in to drink. So it's obviously very different problems, but the same industry.
Do you think there's anything the City of Windsor could do to improve the business situation for owners like you?
Well, I mean, obviously everyone has their complaints about how the government operates at all levels. What they could do to improve, yeah, of course, there's tons of things. They could make, obviously, building a place much easier. When you're renovating, there's tons of hoops you have to jump through just to get to get an establishment open. But after you open, I mean, it's not like they make it that difficult. Obviously, there's bylaw enforcement, and there's tons of agencies that are obviously knocking on your door and not really trying to shut you down, but trying to keep you in check. And I mean, if they were more lenient on those, obviously it'd be easier to operate, but I understand why those controls are in place.
What would you like to see, what sort of business would you like to see attracted to downtown Windsor?
Obviously, I'm happy with the hospitality industry. I mean, I wouldn't have a job if there wasn't a big presence of the hospitality industry downtown. But I mean, everyone talks about retail coming back and that sort of thing. I mean, of course, if there's more of a presence during the day, I would benefit from it at night. But I mean, really, it doesn't really affect my business that much because, like I said, I make all my money from 6 o'clock on. I would like to see all of my competition close down. Just kidding.
That's fine. So what kind of clientele do you have at your businesses?
At the Poorhouse, it's a more mature clientele. It's, I'd say, probably 30 plus. The people that want to lay back and be in a more comfortable atmosphere, not a party atmosphere, and enjoy some good drinks and some good food. Whereas Symbol, the main level, which is a nightclub, is a younger clientele. It's going to party and drink and do all the fun stuff that we can't do. And upstairs in the members lounge, it's once again a more mature clientele. Again, we have a piano lounge and a cigar lounge. We have an outdoor courtyard that you can smoke on. So it's really high-end or exclusive, as you'd say.
Okay. What have you seen change downtown Windsor in the past few years with the movement of schools downtown and obviously economic changes?
Yeah. Well, obviously there's a lot of changes, like you said. Schools moving downtown is one big thing. I mean, a lot of the businesses downtown now cater to students a lot more than they used to. A lot of them have show your student card, pass the line at nights for cover, or show your student card, get 10% off a meal. But obviously that's not the only big change that's happened downtown, and not only downtown, but everywhere. Like all the passport regulations at the border has affected us immensely. There's not many Americans coming over anymore. So there's a lot of changes downtown Windsor that has been affected by really outside sources.
Tell me a bit how you got into this business, how you got into the situation where you own the Poorhouse.
Yeah. Well, I was actually in university, and in university for politics. I'm just finishing now. And my brother and I came up with the idea for the Poorhouse. We were actually working on different web ideas and different concepts that I did in university that I sold to generate the funds to buy the Poorhouse. And then we worked in the hospitality industry as well during university. So it's kind of an industry we knew. We had some money laying around, so we said, hey, why not take a kick at the can?
And you had a partner when you started out?
Yeah, it was, he was another a big motivational factor. Obviously, we worked for him in the hospitality industry previously. He owned restaurants for 20, 25 years. So he had a lot of experience that he could teach us, which we definitely benefited from. And he's just recently changed industries. He's kind of retiring out of the hospitality industry.
Okay. Now, how old are you?
22.
You're a young man to own a business like that. Where do you see your future going with this?
Well, I love business in Windsor, but I mean, I don't plan on only opening businesses in Windsor forever. We just finished Symbol. Like I said, we've been open for about 8 months, so it's still new. Never want to spread yourself too thin. But we're actually working on another concept right now that's primarily a web concept that's similar to what I started in university. So I see myself in business, let's just say that.
Thank you. We've just spent 5 minutes with Jordan Goure.